Welcome back to the show, everybody. Check out these headlines. Could Ripple be headed for a record-setting IPO? We've got that and so much more to look at. Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. You can follow us on Twitter and YouTube for exclusive content. Right now, $1.18 trillion market cap for cryptocurrency. The market is off by 2%, 26,958 and change for Bitcoin, 1861 and change for Ethereum. Tether market cap is 83.2 billion, ladies and gentlemen. XRP holding its own at 50 cents. Up or down, where are we going to go? I don't know, but I know this much. I'm excited about everything that's coming. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't done it, look, take a look at this. We know the markets are collapsing, and I'm talking about all the markets, not just crypto. But you can't keep up with it all. We understand that. And we've built the learning curve that you're looking for. It is the Digital Perspectives Mastermind group. You get all the tools you need, whether it's an investor's checklist, portfolio creation, private groups and lessons, private weekly live streams. I tell you, this is a remarkable community. And I tell you, there's no greater time to build wealth than right now. Take advantage of the special offer that we're running. This door won't stay open for long. Join this group, get the 3-day free trial, and get inside this group and understand what really makes it a mastermind group is the community itself. You just can't get access to the kind of minds and advice and direction in this community out here on social media the way you can inside of this group. It is absolutely remarkable. Click the link, join, check it out. It won't last long. The door's going to shut, and get into that group. Right here we see crypto is going to become less private in Europe as Binance is preparing to delist all privacy tokens in France, Italy, Spain, and Poland. Well, look, this is all in sight of knowing that we have things coming. And whether it's something like Project Icebreaker or Project Mbridge or both multi-CBDC platforms, which is the governments and central banks coordinating to come in and control and be relevant and remain powerful by releasing CBDCs, or whether they do it through regulation, it is coming, ladies and gentlemen. And don't forget, we know that Ripple is involved in a lot of these projects and pilot projects out here, including the most recent Hong Kong EHKD, which is going to work on real estate tokenization and DeFi with that pilot CBDC. Here is a CEO from Crunchfish mentions Ripple and Stellar working alongside of central banks as well, in case it wasn't enough for you from everything else we've learned. Take a listen to this quick clip here.
With this conference, I think we have established ourselves as a brand. I don't think many, except the ones that we have approached directly, were really aware of us. And this goes with central banks, but it particularly also goes with the companies that most closely work with the central banks. That would be eCurrency, for instance, that we partner with. They were there. I met with Mitch Cohen again, who was working with the Bank of Jamaica. But there were many others as well, like Ripple, Stellar.
And there you have it.
Progressoft. And all are now very aware of who we are.
Because Crunchfish works on and offers offline payment solutions. And this is the kind of conversations I want to keep hearing while we're waiting for a decision in this case, right? We've all had to consider and speculate some things that were not so fun to do for a long period of time. Hopefully, through this decision of this case, we will be able to leave a lot of that behind and find out what we can leave on the table and what we can let fall to the floor. And I'm excited for that moment to come, no doubt about it. Which brings me back to a moment here when I had asked Dilip Rao in 2018 of December, I got a real quick question for you and Brad Garlinghouse. Does transition away from retail institutions mean that we will see retail market phased out? Dilip Rao, and he says, and I said, if so, will XRP holders be able to continue to hold XRP without restriction? He had answered back in 2018, liquidity is an ocean with fish large and small, many varieties needed for an ecosystem to thrive and grow. Yes? Well, that brings in mind the automated market makers we've learned about in today's world, in today's current times, and how exciting that is, that whether we are a big fish or a small fish, that we could participate in getting an automated market maker. You know, it has been my dream since having the channel, and even a little before then, that maybe one day we wouldn't even need to sell XRP. And Lord knows we're waiting for a decision on this case. So let's go ahead and take a look at something here that I have, which is really a great piece of speculation that we should all want to know about. It is a clip of me sitting down with Linda P. Jones, and shout out to DAI, who's in the clip as well, but you won't be able to see him. But shout out to all of them for sitting down together and discussing some of the things that she's had in her mind about, you know, what is the real valuation of Ripple? You know, we are close to a decision in this case. So what would it mean for Ripple stocks, not just XRP, the token, but the Ripple shares as well? And she has some incredible insight to share with us and speculation on her part, but nonetheless, very good speculation. Remember, Linda, 25-year Wall Street veteran and an amazing mind. Let's take a listen to what she has to say.
All right, so let's do a back of the envelope calculation for Ripple stock. So according to Link2, at $35 a share, which is approximately, it's slightly under that at 34 today on the Link2 website, that is a $5.7 billion valuation for Ripple stock. Now, we all know that shares have been bought back at $15 billion in the past. So to be at 5.7 billion is quite a bit lower than where it's been. We also know that Ripple has 42 billion XRP in escrow. I Googled that and found that current number. At 50 cents, that makes the XRP worth $21 billion, which is crazy because that's 4 times what Ripple is valued at right now. So this is very out of whack. And you can see that Ripple's valuation is too low. Now, let's look at Coinbase, which was another IPO that was done that was very successful. And we heard that Link2 made a 10x on the value of Coinbase. That went public. It had an $86 billion valuation. It opened at $250 a share, went up to $429 a share, and closed at $328 a share on its IPO. So if Ripple were to be valued at the same value that Coinbase was, 86 billion, and it has 21 billion in XRP, that would put the total together at 107 billion, which is about 20 times what Ripple is selling for right now. So whatever shares you have worth of Ripple, you can easily make a case that it's worth 20 times the current value that you have right now, which is astounding. But there's more. So let's say that the lawsuit is over soon, and let's say that XRP goes back to approximately its old high around 359. That puts its escrow at $150 billion valuation. Now, you can't have XRP worth $150 billion and Ripple stock worth less. That doesn't make any sense. And there's so many companies today that have high valuations. We have NVIDIA, which just crossed 1 trillion. We have Apple at 3 trillion. We have Amazon at 2 trillion. We have world-class companies, which I think Ripple fits in with some of those world-class companies. Now, it's not as old as those companies, and we have to look at what is their revenue stream, because that's ultimately how you value a company, is based on its revenue. And I don't have current revenue numbers for Ripple, but if we could get that information, that would be really helpful. But I could see where we could have a new record for a company at its IPO valuation, and that Ripple could be that company that makes that new record. And if they had 150 billion worth of XRP, what would the stock have to be worth? What if the stock was worth right around 350 billion, or 3 times what that escrow is? That would put it at a $500 billion valuation, which to me doesn't seem that far-fetched at all for where it could be. So I don't know. I was just playing around with some back-of-the-envelope type calculations, but where we are today is worth 20 times what's on the Link2 platform. So it's a great buy, a great investment. I think it can only be up from there.
Look, not financial advice from me, her, or anyone else. It's her speculation. And I think she makes a good point, whether it's spot on or whether it's somewhere else in the measure. You know, I think there's still the salient point is that there is room for an incredible amount of growth there. Remember what Brad Garlinghouse had shared with us in a Twitter space a few months ago. They keep XRP at $0 on their balance sheet. Now imagine a decision in the SEC versus Ripple case that provides the clarity that's needed to understand what XRP is. There will be no reason to have XRP at $0 once there's clarity on the balance sheet. And I think it could speak very big and greatly to the overall valuation of Ripple, the company itself, and the asset that they actually have on their books. Look, I tell you, where this goes, nobody knows, but we're days, weeks, maybe a month away of a decision here. And again, you know, to speak to all of this, being able to get the clarity we need, being able to become a person who can stake your XRP with the automated market maker, being able to have custody trusted at PolySign if you're accredited, you know, being able to take loans against your XRP safely and securely. This has always been a holy grail moment that I've been waiting for. And I think we are about to take one step closer to it. I want to thank Linda and everybody else. This is not financial advice from me or anyone else. This is just my digital perspectives. I'll catch all of you on the next one.